we've actually spoken about bacterial vaginosis at length many times on this channel, but it's always been in videos where we talk about a lot of other vaginal health issues. So for example, there's a video I did about the types of vaginal odors, like what causes specific odors, and bacterial vaginosis was one of the causes of vaginal odors. We've done a video where we were speaking about vaginal discharge and the colors and what the colors of vaginal discharge mean as it relates to your general well-being and when to seek medical intervention. So in today's video, I'm just going to be speaking about bacterial vaginosis as a type of infection that you may get in your vagina, what causes it, what I mean all the time when I say it's actually a sexually associated disease more than it is a sexually transmitted disease. So yeah, let's get into today's video. So bacterial vaginosis is actually the most common type of vaginal infection, and it's actually not an infection, it's an overgrowth of a microbe or an organism that is naturally found in the vagina, like similar to Candida albicans, which causes vaginal thrush. The microorganism that causes bacterial vaginosis is also actually found in the vagina as part of the normal flora or the normal environment of the vagina, and that microorganism is called Gardnerella vaginalis. So again, similar to vaginal thrush, Gardnerella does not actually cause problems because, like I said, it's part of the normal flora, but it only starts causing problems when there's an overgrowth, similar to Candida albicans, which causes thrush when there's an overgrowth. So the reason I always say bacterial vaginosis is actually sexually associated and it's not a sexually transmitted disease is because, I mean, transmission is where you get it, person A gives it to person B, and that's not the case with bacterial vaginosis. What actually happens is it's there in balance with all the microbes, and if anything happens, if for example something happens that changes the pH or something happens that causes other microorganisms to be eradicated, and then this one is left in abundance and it therefore overgrows and causes the quote-unquote infection. So causes of bacterial vaginosis, I've said this, semen. And I think that's also why people actually always believe bacterial vaginosis to be sexually transmitted, is that they hear semen and they start thinking it's transmitted through semen, or semen is the means by which it's introduced into the vagina. But when we say semen, it's because the vagina has an acidic pH and semen has a basic pH or an alkaline pH. So when it gets into the vagina, it throws off the normal pH or causes an imbalance. And if the body is not able to buffer it back to acidic conditions, it may cause bacterial vaginosis. Another cause of bacterial vaginosis, and I know I also spoke about this when I was speaking about how medication, like certain types of drugs, can cause vaginal thrush. I said antibiotics, and the same is true for bacterial vaginosis also, is when you are treating any ailment in your body using certain types of antibiotics, the drugs or the body doesn't register that you are trying to, say you have pneumonia, for example. It doesn't just eradicate those type of bacteria in the lungs or in the respiratory tract. It actually kills those microbes in all areas of your body, including the vagina. So what happens is, if the microbes, everything is normal in the vagina, healthy balance, but you take certain types of antibiotics, sometimes unfortunately, it happens that they eradicate some of the normal flora and they disturb the balance of things in the vagina. And so the Gardnerella vaginalis overgrows and causes bacterial vaginosis. And then the third cause of bacterial vaginosis is douching. And I'm just gonna use douching as the umbrella term for, because I always in all of my videos I manage to find a way to bring this up, is feminine hygiene products, or generally the manner in which we clean or wipe or wash the vaginal area. So feminine hygiene products, antiseptics, medicated soaps, douching, or maybe I should, okay, so soaps, they tamper with the acidity. Douching is introducing, I don't know, because it's not even a foreign object. It's, people use vinegar, other people use antiseptics, like, and it's not where you steam, because I've spoken about steaming too, and you know my thoughts and feelings about steaming, even the popular types of steaming. I've spoken about this, go watch that video. But douching, when people have odors, other people, I don't want to say traditionally, but yeah, sometimes home remedies that are said to work are things like onions and garlic, and people steam, like you sit over, say, a bucket that has onion and garlic and you steam. Other people take it a step further and insert things and liquids into the vagina. So that's what douching is, and it's one of the leading causes of bacterial vaginosis. So the typical telltale signs will be the fishy odor and the gray discharge. As soon as you start noticing the odors or the discharge and the color change, I would say go seek medical advice. So the treatment that you're gonna get is like antibiotics, and you know I never give out names because I'm not prescribing anything to anybody. So go see a doctor and they'll write you a proper prescription note for the right type of antibiotics that you need to get. Yeah, and that's it. I did say I was gonna be a little bit relaxed, so guys, as you can tell, I hope you can tell, I'm happy. I did say I am, yeah, thank you so much for staying until the end. I hope this was helpful. Don't hesitate to ask me questions in the comments, and if it's a little bit private, my DMs are open on all of my social media platforms, so Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, I don't, but you can message me and I'll hopefully see the time. So yeah, see you in my next video.